The Quench, where you ask, we answer.
Welcome to another episode of The Quench, and today we are talking about leadership and the youth. The youth are the leaders of tomorrow, but they're also the leaders of today. They can make the significant changes in the small spaces within their community. How can they do that? That is the question we're trying to answer here today at The Quench with me, Wangeshi Karemi. And I have a very able panel, and they're going to introduce themselves, and they're going to tell us how they're going to answer the question of the youth and leadership in the small spaces, particularly in the grassroots spaces, the community spaces. So I'm going to start with you, just because in our last episode I started with her. So I'm going to start with you and then to her.
All right. My name is Paul Waidaka, and I believe I can handle one or two questions based on the question about the community leadership, as the young people here will be asking.
Okay,
right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'm Rahab Waroiro. You cannot survive without other people. We live in community, so there are those leaders who lead the community. Right. So I'm sure I can be able to answer some of these questions about leadership in the community.
All right. So as many as there are leaders in this room, if you're wearing, a unique tie, say A. A. Oh, nice. That's a good number. If you're a leader without necessarily having the formal tag, without the tie and all of that, if you believe you're a leader, say A. A. Wow, that is nice. So I want our panelists to describe to us who is a leader. Yeah, when we talk about youth and leadership in this specific context, who is a leader? I'll start with ladies first.
Okay, thank you. A leader leads others, then others follow. So, as a leader, you must lead others to a specific place. There must be goals. Where do you want to lead them to? There must be strategies. How are you going to lead them so that they can go where you want to take them? In the Bible, like Moses was a leader, isn't it? There are so many things. He had a goal. When he was going to Pharaoh, he told them what? Release my people to go and worship me, isn't it? So there was a goal, isn't it?
Yes.
Then God gave him all the strategies, how he's going to lead the Israelites.
All right.
So even as a leader, because you are chosen by God, if you pray, he's going to give you strategies of how you are going to lead these people. Thank you.
All right. So she says a leader is someone who leads and others follow. And she says you must have a role and strategies on how to lead. What is the definition of a leader according to you?
According to me, a leader is somebody or anyone who can lead. Someone who has the ability to influence either a group or a community towards a desired goal or even a vision. So there must be a vision carrier and a direction. They should also have direction where they are leading the people. Okay. So basically, a leader is somebody who can lead.
Okay.
Right.
So according to Mr. Waidaka, a leader is someone that can lead. Okay. Influence the community towards a desired goal, to use those words. So now the question comes with, how are the youths involved in leadership? Because when you say all of those things, it sounds like the president, sounds like we're describing the chief. Who else? The Jama wa nyumba ya kumi, the guy wa nyumba ya kumi, you know that guy? It sounds like we're describing all of these people because they're leading the community towards a desired goal. So how can young people, especially between the ages of 18 to 24, how can you become a leader in the community? And before I give it to our panelists, I want to hear your views. How do you think you as an individual, all your friends and your age mates can become leaders within the community? Let me get those answers.
So I'm Lily.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm Lily. Hi, too. A youth can become a leader in church. In youth church, you can, like, for example, I work in church. I've become leaders of children. We have vocational Bible study. So you can go there and lead and help the teachers in teaching the children the word of God. You can also become a leader in school, like group leaders, scout leaders, club leaders. Yes.
Okay, nice, nice. So you notice in her answer, all of these people have a role. They have strategies in which they use to lead, and they influence the community. Give us another example of leaders, how you particularly can be a leader.
I think you can be a leader in your actions. Some people look at other people, they aspire to be like them. Not exactly a duplicate of them, but just to get some tips from them. So when you're led, as in you have good actions, like umejipanga, kuna vitu nafanya, there are some people who are looking up to you. So you're a leader in that perspective. Yeah.
Okay. As simple as that. You can be a leader in your actions. So your behaviors speak to others. Let's get you views.
Hi, my name is Barbara. I feel like leadership starts from within. We are leaders of our own. So if you're able to lead yourself and make decision, influence yourself to do something, then you automatically become a leader at a personal level. Yeah.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. She said leadership at a personal level. If you're able to have the roles, the strategies, and to influence yourself, your own community, to influence yourself. Let us answer this question based on community leaders, influencing others, not just about your own personal goals and achievements, but in totality, the whole community. How are you able to do that?
My name is Margaret, and I think for me to be a leader, it depends on the ideas you give. Do not be a troublemaker, but a solution giver. What are the resolutions you give to the problems that maybe the community face? For example, where I come from my home village. For example, you hear women and men saying, we choose leaders, but barabara zinabaki the same. We choose leaders, lakini watoto wasomi. We choose leaders. Yani, they choose leaders expecting they're going to do great things, but they forget maybe even the idea they are giving, they're not resolving what they are about, what the reason why they're choosing the leaders. They are not giving resolutions according to the problems they have. So it's all about the resolutions you give or the idea you have upon the problem.
Oh, nice. So she talks about resolutions and the ideas you give. That makes you a leader. So in this case, you would give ideas towards solving the problems that you have mentioned. Oh, nice, nice. Let's get the last one.
Okay, I am Mercy. What if I put it this way? Maybe enroll myself in community projects like helping the street children. We contribute some money, we go and cook for them, buy for them clothes. Yeah, that way. I think I can do it.
Nice. So such initiatives like feeding the street children, you come up with your pocket money, you say, let's give 100 each, buy food in bulk and take it to the street children. You have taken initiative, you've made a role, you have come up with strategies on how to fulfill that role, and you have influenced your community towards it. Clap for yourselves, you people are youth leaders. That was beautiful. I love the examples. Now I want to take it back to our panelists, and I want to start with you, Madam Rahab. I want you to tell us, what are some of these initiatives that can make one a community leader? What are the definitions of a community leader, particularly in context to young people aged 18 to something like 24?
Okay, thank you. So to become a leader as a teenage, that is between 18 and 24, you must have started early. You cannot just wake up one day and become a leader. Because there are these qualities of a leader. And they start showing up while you are in primary school. Perhaps you are a prefect, or you are a scout, or you used to lead a certain group. And then when you come into high school, or rather secondary school, again you show up your leadership skills, or rather the qualities, and they are seen by the teachers.
All right.
And again you are pointed. Even other students can see that you are a leader. You can lead people. Mostly, to become a leader, one, you must be morally upright.
All right.
Okay. Vitendo vyako viko vipi?
Your behaviors.
Your behavior.
Yeah,
behavior. And you see, behavior, you can learn behaviors and you can unlearn them. Okay. So we cannot say that watu ambao hawakuwa na tabia nzuri hawezi kuwa viongozi. They can be, because behaviors, we learn them and we can unlearn them.
Yes.
So you might be having, you had bad behaviors in primary school, high school, but you just unlearn them, and then again you learn other behaviors and become a leader. So first is about your behavior. Very important. Your character is very, very important. That ability to interact with others. You know, there are those people who are not even approachable. Do you have the, we call them inter-relationship skills? Do you have those skills? Are you patient with people? Mm-hmm. Are you a good listener? Mm-hmm. Though you are firm and assertive, do you listen to other people? Are you flexible? That if we say we are going to do this, you can be flexible, we can change. Yes. So there are those qualities of a leader of which will make you to be pinpointed that you can do it. Yes. People can see, you can listen, especially listening to people is very, very important. Mm-hmm. And also you are a problem solver. Yes. You can solve a problem very fast. When people are stuck and they are wondering, what are they going to do? You come up with the idea and then you solve this problem. Nice. Otherwise, people can see. And at times, leaders don't know that they are leaders. But other people can see that they are leaders. And they tell them, you can lead. And you're like, what? Yes, you can. And when you're given that opportunity, you see that you lead people. So mostly young people, they realize that they can be leaders from church. You see, most families, they take their children to Sunday school, isn't it? Then they go to teenagers class, and you see them. The leaders, you will always see them. When I see Sunday school presenting, I know a leader. Atakuwa wa kwanza kuchukua mic. I have a memory verse, and others are back there. Okay, hey, I'm going to lead this song. You'll see them, and then they continue like that. They have a lot of confidence. Leaders, they have a lot of confidence. They're not cowards. They don't fear. So they'll come out, and when people are stuck, although some are introverts and they're leaders, they just keep quiet. But at a point, they'll come out. When there's need be. And solve that problem. They come up with an idea.
Oh, that's really nice. Your attributes go before you. Your attributes speak for you. A leader is defined by the attributes, as Madam Raham has said. A leader is defined by the attributes. And now, Mr. Waithaka, I want to just give us examples of community leaders. She has mentioned church leaders. She said she's seen us from young as when you hold the microphone and you say, I have a memory verse. From there. But give us examples. Because they're not, I feel like they're not only limited to the church. There are other settings in which a person can become a leader. So talking to this audience and talking to the audience at home, what are other platforms that can make someone aged 18 to 24 a youth community leader?
All right, thank you. I believe there are more forums because I believe leadership calls in whenever there is a challenge. So we have leaders who come up or they are mentored by a problem. Maybe there is a problem that comes up. For instance, there are leaders who are in NGOs and community-based, like the chamas for the women. We also have youth groups that are involved in actions, either talk about like in the Red Cross leaders involved in cleaning. We have seen them cleaning streets. Yes. We have seen also leaders, not only in the church, also in the community fighting drugs. Yes, yes. Maybe a reformed person, young man who was in drugs, comes out of drugs and alcohol. He becomes now a reformist, starts selling the idea to other alcoholics. How can you come out of that? I believe we have seen them in our communities. Yes, we have also seen other leaders who have come up, especially when there are issues, even in institutions. There are people who have come up, for instance, counseling, bringing counseling to the young people. After the high school, some can decide to tour the institution, talking about reform, advising the young people how to avoid alcoholism, how to keep away from fornication and other attributes. Others may be a victim. I want to agree with what Madam have said. Being a bad example, you can be reformed and become a good example for what you used to do. So we have various leaders in various capacities who have been provoked to give solution. So I believe in the issues of dealing with alcohol, drug abuse, even curbing insecurity, because we have seen it in our towns where youths have been used to propagate insecurity, to join gangs, formation of gangs. I know they can tell us that some of the gangs they know in their home streets.
Well, actually, let's get that. Give me a few names of gangs.
The confirmed.
The what?
Confirmed.
Confirmed. Okay, let's get another one. Mio. Where?
Wakali kwanza.
What?
Wakali kwanza.
Watali?
Wakali
Wakali kwanza. Okay. All of these ones I'm not familiar with. Yes?
Flossing Mawano.
Flossing Mawano.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were saying you can be influenced to join gangs and then talk to people about such issues.
Such issues, like most of the insecurity is propagated by the young people. So those who have been reformed can now sensitize on the young people on the dangers of joining those criminal gangs and those groups. And they can team up with the police to bring about the menace of insecurity to an end. So leadership can begin at any level and any given level. So anywhere there is a challenge, we can even have groups who, like the young farmers, clubs in the institutions, the 4K clubs, where they are geared toward agriculture. We can form even business groups. Business groups. You can form groups, raise up money, begin a business. So that's another forum where we can see leadership amongst the youth.
Okay, let's give a round of applause for that. What Mr. Waithaka did I would say this, is come up with all the problems he can think of and all of the solutions that are possible, and then put youths there. He talked about farmers, he talked about business, he talked about talking about gangs and all of these things. His words, and I will echo them, are that when there's a problem, leaders come in to provide what? A solution. And that is the definition of leadership. That where there's a problem, leaders come in to provide a solution. It's not necessarily that it must be life-threatening. It could be just any sort of issue. You've sat down, you and your friends, and you've noticed we have a lot of time in our hands because we just finished school. So what? Let's come together and start a group of crocheting. So you decide we are going to be crocheting a mat, and then we are going to sell this mat to our parents. Don't even go far. We're going to be selling this mat to people in church. Can come together and decide we're going to be buying smokies and selling them after church. After sessions like that, we're going to come together and feed the street children in this place. We're going to go to a children's home. All of these things, okay, they're not limited to just giving or service. Anything, any initiative you want to take up is leadership. Are we together? Any initiative you want to take up, it is leadership. Now, the next part that we would be talking about is youth and governance. When we talk about leadership, we're not just talking about the small things that you can do as community leaders. We're also talking about the big changes that you can make at this age. Did you know that you can make significant changes at this age? And we're talking about legislations that are passed in law and things like that. So when we come back for a break, we will be talking about how you can participate in governance, okay? How you can participate in civic engagements, how you can participate in the government proceedings and legislation and creation of laws. And with that, we take a break, and when we come back, we'll be breaking down the topic of youth and leadership.
The Quench, where you ask, we answer.